Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Thank you also very much for joining me today. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my sleepy Oliver. And if you're returning, you guys are the best. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number one. So I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree signs that I've had in my stash for a while, and I'm going to remove all the paper. Now, if you don't have one of these signs, you could use any of their square signs or a square wood sign. But once I got the paper all off, I'm just going to spritz down all the rest of it. I just got that main top layer off, spritzing it all down, and then I let it sit for about 5 minutes. And once it's sat for a while, I use my paint scraper and scrape off all that excess, and then we have a nice clean surface to work with. After I was done with that, I painted it with Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, and then once it was dry, I'm going to take my ruler and my pencil and I'm going to draw the lines right from each of those little grooves to make it look like it's pallets or something like that, whatever. And then I'm gonna use my finger to kind of smear that pencil line. Then I remembered that I have these furniture markers that I got from Dollar Tree a while ago, so I wanted to go over those lines because I didn't really want the black. I wanted it to be more brown. And it was a little redder than what I was expecting, so I went ahead and took my Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to do a little distressing all the way around my sign here, and then I'm going to use that to kind of go over that line just to kind of darken it up a little bit, or at least I tried to. And then I just went ahead and distressed the whole thing. If you guys hear some thunder in the background, I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm, so don't worry, it's not you, it's over here. Anyways, I took one of these peat pots from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut it in half. I cut it one a little bit bigger because I was only going to use one, and then I ended up using both, so I kind of had to cut one down a little bit more. But I'm just going to do a little dry brushing with my plaster all over both of them. Once they were dry, I also decided to add a little bit of my celery chalk paint by Waverly, did a little distressing with that too. Then I took these 2-inch wood letters that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I painted all of them with my celery chalk paint. I had this paper in my stash. I got it from Joann's a couple of years ago, so I cut it down to the size I needed. And then I'm just taking my little scissors here, and I'm just kind of rounding the corners because the corners of this sign are rounded. And then I'm going to put Mod Podge just on one of those little plank areas. I don't know what you call them, but just that one section there. And then I added once it was dry, once that Mod Podge was dry, I added my paper. I covered it with parchment paper to protect the paper and went over it with my heat press to reactivate that Mod Podge. And then I'm just going to go over it again with some more Mod Podge just to kind of give it that protective coat over that paper and then let it dry. And if you ever get air bubbles, you can just use your finger to push them out usually. I then took my letters here. I'm going to use my Titebond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue, and I'm going to glue each one of these letters in place. And yes, I believe oh no, I didn't show you all of them. I ran out of E's for these letters, so I took an F and then I took another letter and cut down a piece of it, and then I'm just going to connect the two just like you see right there. And yeah, after that I am going to take those peat pots and I'm going to use my Titebond glue again, and I'm just going to glue them on the other little slat areas there. And you can use your finger to smooth it over if you need to. You can use hot glue with this too. I've used hot glue on these before, but I've just gotten so used to using Titebond glue. I just love it. Then I'm going to take some more antique wax, and I'm just going to kind of go over that paper just around the edges, just to help continue the distressed look that I have going on with my sign. And I am just using a baby wipe right there with that. Then I'm just going to add some Spanish moss in each one of those little pots there. And then I just had some little mini daisies that I got from Dollar Tree recently. So I'm just going to cut one of them down, and I'm going to stick one in each. I did cut that down a little bit more, I think, but I'm going to stick one in each. These are little baby breaths from Dollar Tree. I'm going to add some of those. And then I'm going to make some holes with my Big Mouth Crocodile here. I just love this tool. It's in my Amazon store if you're ever interested. It's a great tool to have. And then I'm just going to add the hanger that came off of it from the other side. And there it is. I love this sign. I think it's so pretty. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. Well, happy Easter, everybody. I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday. I hope that you're, spending it actually with your family. And I appreciate if you are watching me on Easter Sunday. I appreciate the fact that you actually are taking time out to watch my video. I do really appreciate that. But I hope you guys have had time to spend with your family and had a blessed day. It's been a lot of fun, having the grandkids here, being able to do all the fun things I used to do with my kids. Now with the grandkids, I used to do that with them when we all were in Oregon, but now once we moved away and didn't have the grandkids here, it was hard. It was sad. It was a new way of life. So they're bringing it back. They're bringing back a little bit of the old way of life back in, those precious memories that we all think about and can make with the kids now. Has been wonderful. So again, I just appreciate all of you guys watching my video. You guys just mean the world to me, and I thank you all so very much. And if you're new here and you want to be part of our YouTube family, make sure you hit that red subscribe button before you go, and then let me know in the comment box you're new here so I can get to know you as well. So with all of that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So I'm going to take one of these new Dollar Tree cutting boards that are bigger than the previous ones. And I'm going to paint it with Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory. This home sign from Dollar Tree, I'm going to paint the base of it with Ivory, and then the homeward with my celery chalk paint. Once they were dry, or while they were drying, I took this frame from Dollar Tree. I am going to go over it with my Waverly Antique Wax. I'm just going to brush it all on the front here, and then I'm going to use a paper towel to wipe off the excess. And I'm only going to do one side. I'm not going to do the back. I'm just going to do the front. And after I have it all wiped down, all that excess wiped off, I forgot what I did. There we go. I also did some distressing along the base. This is a rustic video. I was just really feeling, this is me, you guys. This is what I like. If you don't like distressing, you don't have to make it rustic. You could still incorporate your own colors and your own techniques, but I love rustic, and this is just what I was really wanting to do. So I did it. So I'm gonna go over the homeward with my antique wax as well, and just give it that rustic look again, just because I just really love this. So I also did this on the cutting board. I'm just gonna go all the way around it, do some distressing with that antique wax, and then I'm gonna do some in the middle of my sign as well. And then I'm gonna take my frame here. I placed it where I want it. I'm drawing a circle around the inside of it because I created this stencil with my Cricut, and I wanted to make sure I had the words right inside where I'm going to have my frame. So I'm just adding my stencil vinyl here, and then I am going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Celery to go over the saying, and it says it's good to be, and then it's going to say the homeward is going to be on the bottom of this. So anyways, I'm just going to dab my brush up and down all along the opened areas here. And then I use my heat gun to dry it because I find that it doesn't pull up paint as much. There might be a little spot here and there once in a while, but I think it really helps release some of that adhesive on that vinyl. And then I'm just going to remove all the little itty bitty parts here, and then after that I'm going to use my Titebond glue here again. You could use hot glue if you want. Again, the Titebond is a permanent hold, and the hot glue is immediate hold. So I'm just going to put that on the back of my frame and add this to the front, making sure that I'm going right over that little circle that I drew. Then I'm going to use my Titebond glue again on the back part of the home sign, just on the base and on the letters, because I'm going to stick this cutting board right behind it, just like that. There we go. And then I decided it needs something on the edge. So I'm going to take my favorite braided jute cord. I get this from Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. Again, my Amazon store link is in the description box. You can pull that up from any computer or phone. Unfortunately, I don't think you can with the TV because I have not found a way to do that, and I don't think there is a way to do that. But there's links there if you want to check out that store, and then links to the other affiliate accounts that I have there. So I'm just going, I'm sorry, I did not realize I was showing all of that. I think I was starting to fall asleep. The story of my life. That's what I do when I'm editing. Even if I drink coffee, I still have a hard time staying awake. Anyways, I took some of this jute cord and I'm just going to do a bow here, just a shoestring bow like you're tying your shoelaces. And just going to cut that off, and I'm going to put that right on the top of the frame. And that's all there is for this one. I just love this too. I think it's so fun and just so rustic. I just love it. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And we have this pretty centerpiece that Joe made. I love it. Of course, it's got purple on it, so of course I really love it. And then we have Ellen, who recreated my little birdhouse. I love this. It's so pretty, Ellen. Thank you. And then Donna painted this old jewelry chest for her niece, I think she said. Oh, it is beautiful. Thank you, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 3. So I'm going to take 3 of the small wood hanging planks that you get from Dollar Tree. I'm going to connect them together using my, I think they're the giant craft, no, I think they're the jumbo craft sticks. They're not the largest, they're the next size down. These are from Walmart. I'm going to use wood glue and hot glue to glue them together. And then I am going to just go over this front and back with my Waverly Antique Wax. And again, I'm just going to brush it all on, and then I'm going to wipe off the excess with a paper towel and then continue on with the rest. And one thing I have noticed with this, the longer you keep it on, the darker it becomes because some of that wax soaks into the wood. Anyways, these are the little rectangle wood planks from Dollar Tree that come in the package of 6. So I took 3 of them. I painted them with my ivory chalk paint by Waverly. Once they were dry, I also created these stencils, and I'm going over them with my chalk paint, or Waverly chalk paint in the color Agave. Now, I normally do not do Cricut pieces more than once on a video because I know not everybody has a Cricut, but I really wanted to do this. So, you know, you could still recreate these using stickers. You could use wood letters. You could use maybe your own stencils that you might have. You know, just make it your own. Find ways. If you have really great handwriting, you could handwrite it in or paint it in. That would be even better. Or stamps. You could use stamps. So just find ways to make it your own if it's something you want to recreate it. Okay, so once it was dry, I am going to take my Distress Oxide in the color Vintage Photo and do some distressing, of course. And then I'm going to use my wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to glue these onto my 3 planks that I glued together. And oh my goodness, I feel like I'm moving like a slug there, or a snail. I'm going to add these right on. I'm going to do them all in a row just like I have them laid out. I just love this one too, you guys. I love spring and Easter, but there's just something about just normal DIYs, home decor that I just love. And I don't know, have you guys noticed a theme with my title and with what I've done? You have to let me know in the comment box if you notice the theme. I can't. I have to tell you. I said everything has the word home in it. Anyways, that's my theme. I took my braided jute ribbon that I love from Dollar Tree or from Amazon. I'm going around my sign with it, but I stopped when it got to the hanger area, and I added my twine there so that I could have it on there and then continue on with my ribbon. Otherwise it would have been in the way and it wouldn't have been able to poke that through the twine. Anyways, I took a couple of these mini daisies and added, I just felt like it needed a little something. Kind of makes me think of Hawaii when I look at it. Anyways, I love this one too. I hope you do as well. It's so simple but so cute. Okay, DIY number 4. So I'm going to take one of these wood, they call them wood books from Dollar Tree. And I am just going to use this I think is it's either 1 or 1.5 inch tape. I'm going to tape off the top and the bottom, and I'm going to paint the middle with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Agave. I love that color. And then I have these laser cut wood words from Dollar Tree. I took one out. I'm going to paint it with the ivory as well as the edges of that block book wood piece with ivory. And then the beads, I decided to paint them the agave. So before I glue everything on here, I just went ahead and did some distressing with my distressing ink. Again, it's the vintage photo color. And again, if you don't like distressing and want to recreate it, you don't have to distress. I just love it. I'm going to go over do some distressing over the home word as well. And then after I am all done, I am going to glue this on. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm showing you so much of this. And then I'm going to use my Titebond glue again. I use this more than hot glue on stuff for this video. And I got this from a viewer. I think it's Suzanne, I think was her name. I'm sorry. I should have wrote that on the bottle. But thank you so much for sending that to me. She sent me some lovely rub-on transfers from Amazon as well. It was such a blessing. Anyways, I took my beads, I laid them out where I wanted them, and I'm just going to glue them on. And I'm sorry, I do not know the size of these beads. I got different packs of beads from Amazon, and I don't remember. And I think from Temu too, and I don't remember what size these were. I'm just going to take some of that braided jute cord, and I'm going to glue it right there where the agave and ivory color meet. I'm going to do the top and the bottom, and this is super simple. That's all I did. You guys, I did all 4 of these projects in one day. We had a little scare with Oliver Thursday night, early Friday morning. He had a seizure, and we rushed him to the vet clinic, and so I ended up not getting any crafting done on Friday. He's okay. I think we know what did it. I think I know what did it. I'm not sure. I think it might have been his new heartworm, flea, and tick medicine. So we're going to not give him that anymore. But there it is. I love it. So I only had one day to craft this stuff, and I'm so happy I got it all done. But anyways, here is your final reveal. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I did, because I love these projects. And more importantly, I hope you guys had a blessed Easter, and I will be back on Thursday with a really awesome collaboration I can't wait for you to see. So with all of that, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.